Well, hello folks, I am the Grumpy Vlogger. Excuse me for a minute while I dig around in my sack here. Just came out of Homeland and, oh, okay. Got me some good old-fashioned bottled sweet tea. You live in the South, you drink sweet tea. Except my wife. Judy was born and raised right here in Oklahoma, born and raised in Tulsa. And, but she's lived the better part of her life now here in Muskogee. And she don't drink sweet tea. She'll drink Dr. Pepper, she'll drink unsweetened tea. She'll even, drink Pepsi. She drank Pepsi for years, up until she had her stroke a year and a half ago, and now it's when her brain when she had a short circuit up there from that stroke, one of the things that changed was her taste buds. But anyways, it's a hot one. It says it's 95 out, which is pretty hot for this time of year. It's the end of, we've had snow in October, so but usually if we have a snow before, like we've had them on Halloween, so we're a month out from that, and we've had snow that early, but it usually ends up being a really weird winter when that happens. But I don't think we're going to get any of this. I'm waiting for it to start staying in the 80s, but yeah, it's my car temperature says it's 95, and it kind of feels it in here. But so anyways, like I said in the last video, Judy is doing good. She's doing well. That's a relief to me, because I'll be honest with you, it was just damn hard communicating with her, because she couldn't convey what she needed, and I had to try and guess. I finally got her to where she could say yes or no to one of my guesses. But anyways, as I said, she sent me over for some ice cream, and for me to pick out something to eat for dinner, well, I'll tell you what, I ate them 2 hot dogs yesterday, and I was full all night long. And oh, got a nice call from my son Paco. He called me for my birthday, and you guys hear, he's my son from my first wife, and he's got 10 kids, and then my other son from my first wife, well, it's my first wife's other son, but I'm, his last name's Mendenhall as well. It's a long story, but anyways, he's got 2 kids. That's 12 grandkids we got right there. And he's actually talking about next spring, him and his oldest boy coming down here to visit us, which that would be wonderful, just doing a road trip. And he's now working. He's worked in the IT field for years, but he's 40, I don't know, 47, 46. I can't remember now. Let's see, 74. Yeah, he's 46. So, no, 75. He's 47. I figured that yourself, hell, I think he's 47. He's a year younger than Patrick, which is Judy and my son. Well, Judy's son is my son, I raised these kids, I'm their daddy, and that's all that counts. But yeah, but he's got 3 years old on up to, I think he said 26 or 27. And but his oldest son is the age he wants to start learning more about his dad's side of the family, and that would be me. And so he's young enough that he's, anyway, I was going to say, Paco, he did some gaming with us back in the days when Judy and I were gaming, and along with Grant Smith and Tony Albright and a few other guys that, well, Tony didn't game with us. He flew Flight Simulator with us, but Paul McCullough and a few other guys that I gamed with. But anyways, I forgot what I was saying. I get sidetracked like that, and but oh, he worked for AT&T for years, doing IT stuff, and he got to the point where he couldn't crawl up the, climb up the tires to change out, transmitters and all, whatever they had to change out. And he finally got with the company now, and he's actually the one that builds, he in the company he works for pays for all their certification. He just got his Microsoft. He's already had a lot of that, but he's getting the extended stuff or extra stuff and update. But he goes through and he like the Amazon cloud service that's out there for people to put their sites up on and stuff. He does that. He does the infrastructure on that, builds that stuff, builds the equipment. He does the programming, the software side of things, and he also does for Microsoft's, I don't know, Azure or whatever it is their cloud service is that they've got. He's in charge of doing all of that. Plus, they've got some government contracts, so he gets to work from home now, and he enjoys that. He can spend more time with his 10 kids. That would be maybe he should have gone to work more and he wouldn't have had 10 kids, but that's a long story. But there's several of them kids that they're the spitting image of him, who was a spitting image of me at that age, who was a spitting image of my uncle at that age. So it's like the Jones side of my family, that's my mom's side of the family. It came through strong, but this last grandkid, the one he has, his mama's kung fu must have been strong, because you have to look up what that means. You have to look it up on the internet. But her kung fu must have been strong, because she's the first one of my grandkids on that side that did not look like me or the Joneses. And so that was, you can see it, but most of them have dark hair, curly hair, or curlier hair. This kid is blonde-headed, straight hair. He definitely takes after his mama. He's got an older brother, and they look just alike. So it's from his mother's side of the family. But I was glad to be able to talk with him. We talked, probably an hour and a half last night. He calls me on my birthday and calls me Christmas, and we just pick up where we left off and catch up on what's going on. He's supposed to be sending me some pictures and stuff. But anyways, that's long enough. This will go up on Friday. Remember what I say, be kind, treat each other better than you treat yourselves. Remember, everybody matters. Even guys that wear cowboy hats. God bless, God help the United States of America. We need it. I am the Grumpy Vlogger, and I'm out of here.